To round out this month's challenge of homemade versus store-bought, I'm gonna be showing you my brownie hummus. Now, at first thought, chickpeas and chocolate don't really go together, but it works. I'm gonna show you my simple, cost-effective dip that's great to be enjoyed with fruit or pretzels or heck, even a spoon. I'm salivating sitting here. I really wanna dive in. Let's get started on Sweetly Savory.
This is probably one of the simplest recipes I've made here on the channel, especially among my tasty sweets lineup. I'll link that playlist for you to check out at your leisure. As for the cost effectiveness on this recipe, on average, chickpeas cost around $1. I'm able to find them for 80 cents or even less some weeks, and that's why I feature them in a lot of my recipes. Nothing will go to waste in this one either. After a quick blitz to these chickpeas, we'll add about 3/4 of the aquafaba or chickpea liquid, doing that in small increments. Olive oil is usually added to savory hummuses to thin them out, but in my opinion they can overpower the flavor of the hummus like garlic or roasted red pepper. And in order for chocolate to shine through in this one, adding the liquid that the chickpeas were cooked in doesn't complicate those flavors. Cocoa powder averages around $2 to $3, and it might look like you're measuring out that whole canister for this recipe at half a cup, but believe it or not, this one canister has lasted me through 2 batches of my Depression-era cupcakes, the King Arthur cocoa from a couple weeks ago, with more to spare. It's insane what you can make with just a couple of bucks. Keep adding that aquafaba while running your food processor to fully incorporate the cocoa powder. If you've added too much and it's runny like I ended up doing, don't worry, it'll thicken up in the fridge after a few hours. Finally, add the teaspoon of vanilla, pinch of coarse salt, and half cup plus 1 tablespoon sugar. I started off this recipe with a half cup sugar, but after tasting it, Evan thought it needed just another tablespoon to make it a little bit sweeter. With that in mind, start off with that half cup and base this completely on your preference.
So let's finally dig into this brownie hummus. And you don't need pretzels, but they help. They're fun to eat. Now hear me out when I say chickpeas are my favorite. They're probably one of the most versatile things that you can have in your pantry. And while chickpeas can seem like a boring legume or just something that is gonna collect dust in your pantry, fear not. These are amazing little pea pod things, and they're just waiting for you to take advantage. So from the aquafaba, the liquid that comes in the tin, to the chickpea itself, I've made a hummus that is completely from the chickpea. You're not gonna waste anything at all. It's gonna come out tasting delicious. And with that extra little bit of sugar that was added at the end, it does give it that nice little sweetness. So I really hope that you try out this recipe. It's super simple, super cost effective, and it's gonna be really delicious. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Sweetly Savory. Make sure to click on the description down below. You'll find my Tumblr where my recipe is listed and the links to my Facebook and Instagram account. Really hope that you give me a follow and a like on there. So we'll see you again next time on Sweetly Savory.